Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me is someone who will never see the moon again, Ben.
Bud. This is like this show is fucking something else.
We're talking about Dragon Ball.
I never know what's coming.
28 episodes, which covers the Emperor Pilaf saga, and then the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament.
Yeah. It's good shit. I mean, there's some rough shit, but
there's some... Why? God. Master Roshi and Oolong are a menace. They're individual menaces.
Yeah.
It's not great.
And I mean,
and yet, somehow, the show is incredibly watchable, despite how much I hate that shit.
I was actually thinking about that, because I was like, this is, like, on a cognitive level, this is, like, real bad.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, like, watching it, it doesn't seem that bad. You know? Like, it's still bad. But it doesn't seem as gross as it would be. And like even, I was thinking about...
I mean, it's usually a joke at their expense. It's just like, it's not cool that so much time is devoted to...
There's a lot of time fucking devoted to it, dude.
And, like, bad.
Yeah.
But Goku is such a good main character, and he's so pure and focused.
Dude, I had no idea. I had fucking no idea, and it's like the best thing of all time. Like, just watching, and literally just the most innocent shit. Like, I don't give a shit about him, like, papping people to check their gender. Because, like,
he literally can't tell.
Yeah, first off, he can't tell. And second off, he's completely unbiased in his checks. He needs to check everybody.
So, he needs to stop doing that too. I think he's pretty much done doing that. But.
Yeah. He's gotten his bearings by this point, it seems like.
Oh no, I know there's at least one more in the next stuff we're doing.
I did love when, I mean, I don't like the concept, when Roshi's like, find me a woman, and I'll train you. And he's like, he brings back whatever person that's, like, huge. And Roshi shows him the two pictures. He's like, can't you tell the difference? Goku's just like, no. It's so good. Yeah, man. I like, and the fact that we just like jump right the hell in. I don't know. This, like, it's been hitting perfect.
It fucking moves.
Yeah. It bumps.
Like, so I had seen plenty of Dragon Ball Z in my time, because like for the original Dragon Ball didn't really air in the US till like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like they aired, like there's some stuff with like that first arc that I never saw, but like basically it didn't hit, so they just put everything into promoting Z over here. And Z was aired on TV more. It wasn't till like 2001 they started airing like original Dragon Ball on American TV.
Mm-hmm.
And when they did this dub that we're listening to.
Gotcha.
And so Dragon Ball Z is definitely a show where the pacing is a problem. Like, there's a part of that show I just stopped watching because the pacing there's one part where it's like 100 episodes on one fight, basically. That's too much.
That sounds...
That's why we're going to do Kai.
Yeah.
Not because Kai fixes that mostly. That's like the real big deal breaker. And just seeing Dragon Ball where the pacing is so fucking fast.
Yeah, man.
Just like one thing to another was so energizing. along with, and I was like watching this at the same time, like the end of Z, like the last arc, the last major arc was airing on TV here too.
Okay.
Kind of hand in hand, so I'd watch them back to back. It was good times.
Yeah, I mean, I've mentioned before my experience just being frustrated with Dragon Ball Z being exclusively a dude running on a boardwalk. That's all it was. That's the entire show. I didn't get why like anybody would watch it.
And that's like all filler.
Yeah.
Because that's like basically not in Kai. Like that happens, but all those episodes are cut.
The only other like two experiences I had were, I suppose it would be Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3?
Sure.
Budokai 2.
Ooh.
Maybe even 1? 2003. 1 or 2?
There are 3 of those games.
Well, I'm seeing 3, 2, and 1, and like 3 wasn't on. It was on GameCube, so it was either 1 or 2.
I gotcha.
I like played with my cousin, and the only thing I remember is we accidentally figured out, I don't even know the name of the move, but like giant light ball that destroys the entire fucking level. And that was like the coolest shit of all time. Just button mashing into it. And there was like some game for Game Boy Advance that I beat in its entirety, and I don't remember anything about it, and like I found it and I played it. It was laying around for some reason.
Was it top down?
I want to say it was kind of side scrolly.
Side scrollery. There's a Dragon Ball side scroller game where you play as Kid Goku, but
that sounds right.
Yeah. And I think you unlock Krillin if you beat the game.
Yeah, I don't know. Been too long. I just remember it was one of
Sure.
those weird things where I just had no idea what it was, but I sat down and did all of it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Other than that, like zero experience going into this, and I was surprised. Like, I mean, what's the original air date of this? Like 86?
Yeah,
Man,
originally aired in
stuff
86.
Stuff
Japan.
just going like the other anime I was like trying to get through, Nadia and the Secret of Blue Water. Like, don't get me wrong, it's pretty good, and it has a lot of great shit, but it's like nothing. They do nothing every episode. And there's not a shitload of it, but like going from that to this, and it's just bam, 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 bam. Even when they're like kind of in between the main bits, like it's just good. Like the humor is hitting. Like, I love the art style. Fucking watching like Krillin and Goku just being tiny, stumpy children is fucking 11 out of 10. When they busted out the little suits and the fedoras, I died. Like, it was fucking amazing. I was losing my mind. I was like, literally, Ani was on the couch, like, kind of paying attention, kind of not. And I like paused. I'm like, Anya, look at this. Look at the little suits. She's like, I see. I'm like, look at their little suits, though. They're so short. They're in suits. It's just so good. And like Krillin's just Charlie Brown. Oh my god, I'm loving it.
Just remember, you don't have a nose. Just
Oh my god! And then like 2 episodes later, his nose is like, he says something about his nose. Oh, I love it. And I'm like, I'm also watching, and like we got the Kamehameha wave, and I'm looking down the road, not literally, but like there's a power increase coming, and I'm all about that shit. I'm fucking ready for it.
The show is going to turn into Dragon Ball Z
I'm fucking here for it, man. Like, and I lost my mind, cause like I know, I don't know if it's possible to be like alive and like on the internet and not have some semblance of an idea of Dragon Ball stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, he's going Super Saiyan, all that shit. Like, it's just fucking impossible. So I know like roughly what that sort of thing is and like what the show ends up being, but it doesn't start out that way here. So I'm like, oh, maybe this is just like before all that shit. And we don't really get into the whole like power levels, Super Saiyan, all that, whatever. And then they're like, oh, Roshi, come put out this fire on the mountain. He's like, yeah, all right. And he fucking unleashes before turning into like a JoJo character. Just like the most shredded dude of all time. And I'm also losing my fucking mind. Like, it's you said this was a show that we could watch, like, oh, it's great to like play Pokemon or something. I can't fucking pay attention to my games, dude. I'm like playing Forza and then like I'm just like pausing and looking at the fucking show. Oh, it's too good.
There's a lot going on. The Kamehameha, it's pretty great. I love how Goku just immediately can do it.
Instantaneously. He's like, I think I can get it. What it is. Pow.
It's just you see the Kamehameha, you want to do the Kamehameha. It's
also
inherently cool.
Like, I understand like why, like sometimes I just watch it and I'm like, yeah, it makes sense that Hank's into this thing. Dude's just hungry the entire time.
Hell yeah. Goku is hungry and like wants to get stronger.
The fucking unfucking real. Like at the end, like he ate 57 main courses. Yeah, well, yeah. I want to save room for dessert. Spends the entire prize winnings on food.
That's
unbelievable.
Such a good ending.
It's perfect, dude. God.
Goku's knocked out in the middle of a fight. Bulma yells, Goku, your dinner's ready. He's like, dinner?
Just springs up. Unbelievable.
He gets hungry, man.
It's just too good.
Just makes things better.
Yeah. No, it's good shit. I also kind of
the first
like,
page of the manga, he says, bro.
What's up?
Viz translation? That's fucking hilarious. I didn't remember that was how they translated his first line.
I also kind of like the decision to like when we first start and we do hop in very quickly, but like we're doing the whole Dragon Ball hunt thing. I really thought that was gonna be like a majority of the show, because like if you look at other like kids cartoons or something, that would be the entire fucking show. Like there's a world in which that concept is just the whole thing, and every week we have our villain doing something, and occasionally maybe something happens. So I have no idea what to expect. And then I like that we like get all of them, and then them shooting across the world again after fucking Oolong wishes for like the most comfortable pair of underwear in the world. It's a good like way to introduce the other shit, and it was nice, because I thought that was going to be the whole deal.
No, the thing about particularly this early stuff of Dragon Ball is like when you think you've got a handle on what it is, it becomes something else.
Yeah.
Like eventually it develops more formula and more like it'll like revisit stuff or whatever. Or
yeah.
Like do a similar story but slightly different or whatever. But early on it's about being entertaining, and it's just going from one thing to another. Like, yeah, it definitely. I think Toriyama's history as coming from having like incredibly successful gag manga, so like his comedy instincts and just like making where like every panel and drawing has to be sharp, to then moving that into the martial arts stuff and fights and like actual plot that matters slowly. Just very satisfying, because like he'll do a plot, but he's super willing to just make it actually a joke though, which I super love. Like, yeah, it's about getting any wish you want. What's the wish is gonna be a character wishing for fucking underwear. But then the next arc, it's like literally it's about Roshi has to defeat Goku, so Goku will like keep trying to get stronger, like won't get complacent.
Yeah,
like that's like the stakes of that tournament arc is also so good. Like it's just about Goku needs to lose so that he can learn that like he's not the best, so that he will try to get stronger even though he's already fucking ridiculous.
Like right there, yeah. Fucking Roshi, like, I just want to beat him down so he doesn't get like too egotistical. Almost gets fucking nuked by Goku. Oh, it was great.
Yeah, and that fight, that last fight is like the first really great fight in Dragon Ball, for sure.
Also, like, lost my mind again. When they're like, I forget the exact line, and I should remember. I literally just watched it like 8 hours ago.
Uh-huh.
But he says he wasn't aiming for Goku or whatever. He didn't hit Goku, and then it like zooms out and the moon's just fucking gone.
Uh-huh.
And that's great shit. You know, I'm all about that, because I'm like, that sounds like that's a lot of power. You know, you just blew up the fucking moon. That's a lot of power. Tell me more.
No, please. Power levels. They exist. It's gonna happen, and it's not good.
I don't care. I'm here for it, dude. Tell me the power levels. Rank that shit.
That happens. Like basically the start of Z is when that happens.
I'm fine. I'm ready. Give me Hulku's power ranking. You know, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. I just love that Goku is he's just so powerful,
but also
so
like
strong.
Doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, no.
He's just so happy. Always beating everybody down.
Uh-huh. Look, they're on a quest. They got to get the Dragon Balls.
I liked Nam also. That dude, like, I especially liked the interaction at the end, right, where he like shakes Goku's hand. That was nice. Mm-hmm. But it did get a little funny how like every 30 seconds he was like, "My village."
Yeah.
All those callbacks. And you know, seeing that
gotta get water for his village. You have to establish what these characters are about.
And then you have to reestablish it, and then over-establish it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Boom.
With Goku, that's easy.
He's hungry. It's super easy and far more enjoyable. With Roshi, it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, true.
I'm a doctor. That was unreal. I forget what her name is. Ramfan?
Yeah.
That was fucking cursed in its own way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I was like, first off, we can't have a woman here without like doing that shit. And then past that, like, you know, if I'm like fighting in a tournament and shit, even without the pressure of having to save my village, and a chick just strips down, I'm not gonna stop. Beat her down. That's what we're here for.
I mean, he figured
but
it out.
This universe,
but,
but just like the instantaneous.
It's not.
Like, whoa, it's a girl without clothes.
It's the worst part of that tournament.
It's pretty bad. No, actually, no, it was not the worst part of that tournament.
It's not the most cursed.
I blocked it. I wasn't even gonna mention. I wasn't even gonna mention. I'd already blocked it the fuck out of my brain. Bacterian is cursed as shit.
He starts rooting around in his fucking pants to get the stinkiest smell on his hands.
And he spits, like he hawks the. As soon as he tilted back, I knew exactly where it was going, and I like had to put my fucking food down. I was not happy. I was like, you know what? I'd rather.
I love that the crowd is all like super cheering hard for Krillin there.
Yeah, they're all rooting for Krillin. Yeah, that's great.
But look,
God.
Krillin then being able to win because Goku reminds him that he doesn't have a nose. He can't smell it.
That's real good.
And then Krillin knocks down Bacterian and fucking runs up into his face and farts in his face to knock him out.
Ugh. Whole thing is cursed. I'd rather. I was
very
like
funny.
I mean, maybe flip to something a little more palatable for me, like the torture scenes from Gangs of London. My personal nightmare. But yeah, no, the nose thing was fucking great. That was good shit. And just like I love just like I mean I suppose mostly it was Goku doing it when Krillin was fighting. But just how like Goku was hanging over the edge. He's just like so happy and plucky. I don't know. It's great.
Rooting for Krillin. Krillin's got all this anxiety.
Yeah. And then at one point Krillin's even like he says something about having an optimistic friend, and I'm like, "Aw." I love watching those guys. They're like, I guess I mean, I knew the name Krillin. I had no idea. Like, gun to my head, I might have been able to tell you that he was bald. But that would be like really reaching for some deep knowledge. But I always thought they were like, and no spoilers if it turns out this way eventually. I thought they were like rivals and like not friendly rivals. Like OG Pokemon, not new Pokemon.
No.
So that was cool. They're
buddies.
Yeah, they're just being buddy is really nice.
They went through that training together. It's a bonding experience for 8 months or whatever they trained for.
I felt like bad for Krillin watching some of that training, dude. Like, yeah, they were both really going through it, but like they're running up the mountain and Goku's just like powering through and Krillin's like way in the back. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, dude.
Goku is Goku and Krillin's just a normal human.
That's it's like even more like I'm watching Krillin because I'm I want to see how far he can go.
Yeah, totally.
Also, fucking Roshi's advice for getting better. The secret is just surpassing human limits. That's it.
That's all you have to do.
Trick. Oh my god.
You just have to work harder, Ben.
Yeah, clearly. Fucking. That's what. Why didn't I think of that?
There are no tricks until there are many tricks.
Until there
to
are
get stronger.
Until there are tricks. Yeah.
There are no shortcuts until there are.
Man.
Yeah. How about that Pilaf gang?
Pilaf.
Pilaf.
Oh, right.
And
I mean,
Shumai.
I was pretty down for it. Like it was entertaining.
They're Team Rocket-esque.
They They have that same vibe. Like they're bad, but they're real shit at being bad. And also, I actually don't remember the girl and the dog's name.
It's Shu and Mai because the pun
and
is Shumai because everyone's names of food, mostly, with exceptions.
Yeah, watching them be like scared of shit was pretty good. Because at first, the chick's name is Mai. I take it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dog is Shu.
Okay. like she seemed like she was gonna be like the one who was on top of shit at very like early on, and then she's just just also like, we found the Dragon Ball. It's like 3 yards away. That's our Dragon Ball. Oh, they were fun.
Pilaf's gonna give you the treatment.
Yeah, the fucking the treatment. Oh my god, and they're like horrified of it too. Like they're straight up terror. They're like shaking, holding each other. Mwah. No.
Almost like, wait, what?
That's it? A kiss? Unreal.
The pink arrow trap.
The pink.
They're just arrows on the floor, and then they follow them.
Right
in
the castle. Yeah, he's like gets them every time.
Though that sequence where the fucking ball is chasing them, and they get to
really
that open room, and there's like a curtain, and it opens up, and the ball is in there.
Oh, that shit was great. Man. Do we... I guess I don't want, like... I want one spoiler.
Sure.
I want one spoiler, just because it's so long-term. Do we ever see Goku's grandfather, Gohan? Like, do we ever get a flashback, like, portrait of him, or is it reference only? I assume we learn more about him over time, but, like...
You'll get more.
Okay.
You won't get it... Maybe as much as you might expect. You get plenty, though.
Yeah, no, I'm not, I don't need to know, like, when his first tooth came in or whatever, but just a little. It's tantalizing. It has me, we're doing a lot of shit I like here, man, with the power and the ancestry, and it's just good.
Yeah. Goku's got the Janken he learned from his grandpa.
Yeah.
I fucking love when he says paper, throws rock. Fucking knocks Roshi.
Roshi's all upset about it.
You're like, throwing rock. It's ain't paper, but throwing rock. And I just love the animation on that. Like, Goku's fucking, like, just meat arm fist.
Yeah.
And that shot is so good.
Yeah, man.
He's such a little, like, muscle stick.
Dude, yeah. He's like, every time they show his arm, like, it's not just pudge. Like, kid shredded.
It's like, at the end of that fight, Roshi's just like, how the fuck do I finish this kid? I can't use any grapples. He's too small.
He's too little, yeah. The lock won't work. Man, watching that clip you sent just, I guess this morning or whatever, with the song thrown in from the Japanese version.
Song.
Man, that's real good.
Yep. I have my version of the files has that reinserted into the dub track, which I'm super happy about.
Must be
because otherwise the dub track for Dragon Ball has just it just always had all the original music except those songs with lyrics. I think they didn't want to pay for the lyrics or whatever. However, that licensing agreement worked. Whereas, like, when Dragon Ball Z first aired, all the music was redone. I guess technically when Dragon Ball also, their first version of it, they redid audio, I think, but I don't know. There's weird stuff with dubbing in, 80s and 90s, and for, like, trying to figure out audiences and TV stuff.
Yeah,
before they realized, if we do less, it's cheaper. I was looking into it, and I was like, just reading about how, like, it was much more expensive the way they were originally doing Z, before they realized, if we did less, we edited these less.
I was like, it seems like they're doing so much work.
We had to censor this less. It would cost less money.
Well,
I think Pokemon taking off because that was like that got licensed for fucking no money and made all the money. They like put no money into that.
Yeah. Jelly filled donuts, baby.
I mean, that's that same spirit of the way this dub acting. They just didn't like do any visual edits or stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
No, the thing when I watched Dragon Ball on TV, you did not see as much of Goku's tiny penis. That was covered up with a little leaf usually or whatever.
I was wondering about that. There's like a fair
was
bit
censored
of
on
that.
TV, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I was like telling Anya about some of the dub stuff that was going on, and that like kind of got us on talking about like the Sailor Moon stuff.
Yeah.
And
Sailor Moon was like aggressively they would like cut out frames of Japanese writing and stuff.
Yeah, and like she was like I told her a little bit because I'm like, oh, this stuff got cut or like they changed that relationship entirely. And I did ask her the other day. Apparently, she did do like the entire series when she was little, because it was on every day. But over like in Russia, I mean, they did their classic. I don't know. Maybe it's even less editing. Like they just do their overdubbing, so you get the Russian audio over the Japanese.
Yeah.
But they made like no changes. They literally just threw the translation on and called it a day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which I
mean the
was
original Sailor Moon dub was done in Canada, so it also had to like
Canada gross.
Canada was like more regulated than American cartoons, so they had to do like Sailor Moon says like educational lessons at the end of episodes too. Jesus. They got thrown on.
I mean,
that shit's great though. It's very funny, but just like. Whereas like the U.S. in the 80s was all deregulated about toy stuff and whatever for cartoons for kids. They just violence that they still were iffy about.
Yeah.
Gotta take out. Can't let this punch be too many frames or whatever.
Man, yeah, I do think I'd have to go and compare. I can't remember. I think the clip that you linked with the song over it, I think that's shorter in my version. Because without the song there, I think they don't do as many like punches.
No, I've watched the first time I watched it, I didn't know that song existed. It's just like all punching and kicking sound effects. Like it felt there's like a brutality to it of just like how tired these characters are, and all you're hearing is them like punching each other and the announcer. It was a different thing, but it was still pretty good.
Oh yeah, no,
really
I didn't,
felt their exhaustion.
I didn't feel like anything was missing. I will say.
I mean, you are missing the singer of the song going number one. That's so good.
I mean, it's not like taking the freaking fight tracks out of the Tenna or something.
Yeah. There's a song in like the next bit of episodes because I've watched a few ahead.
Wow.
It starts like Dragon Ball. I'll link you that song when you get to that episode or whatever.
Nice. Yeah, no, I was happy I managed to finish them all. Like, I mean, I blew through them, and then I'm glad this time worked out for recording because now I don't got to take a break. I'm just gonna continue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like full in. I'm ready.
Yeah. Yeah, because the first episode is entertaining and fun as like, you know, these episodic adventures. They're in some new place. There's some new thing. They find a Dragon Ball, you know.
Yeah.
Sort of adventure. Then we get, you know, Krillin and Goku training, and then we get the tournament is like where like the show starts kind of in my head of like here's where it gets It's just like I think about the show in terms of fights and stuff. So the first tournament is really where it like starts to become Dragon Ball in my brain when I think about it.
Gotcha.
And particularly the Jackie Chun Goku fight, like specifically
Jackie Chun
with his glued on wig. You can't let Goku know it's him.
And did I notice? I kind of rhetorical. When Roshi is sorry, not Roshi, Jackie Chun, completely different person who has a totally different and unique Kamehameha wave.
They're cousins.
The fucking family tree picture. And then he has Nam like fucking put on the shit to look like Roshi.
Put it on like a fake beard and his sunglasses and stand in the crowd
with a peace sign. Oh my god. But when Jackie Chun is letting off that super huge wave against, do we have like an official term for giant ape Goku? Is it just giant ape Goku?
There is a term, but I think we don't get it till Z.
Okay, that's fine. We can leave it then. But yeah, he unleashes like his super buff JoJo Kamehameha wave. Or maybe it's before that. Maybe it's when he's doing the lightning thing. But his hair goes up. Like it goes into like that shape. I'm like, oh, okay. I know enough to know what that means. We got like the first taste here. I'm ready.
I mean, that's just him getting electrocuted.
I know, but I know what comes down the road.
Sure.
I'm ready, man.
We got a long way to go.
You say that, but like I'll be ready for part 2 of this whole thing tomorrow. 80 episodes. Don't worry about it.
It's true. Because there's the Z regular Dragon Ball delineation doesn't exist in the manga. The manga was just one continuous thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, like there are time skips, but there are time skips in Dragon Ball even. But like so Super Saiyan shows up like 2/3 of the way through the manga. And it's like such a ubiquitous thing of when people think about Dragon Ball now. It's very funny to me.
Yeah.
It's just like there was so much material before that happened.
But it was all worthless.
Well, a big part of it just was it wasn't brought over to the U.S., so way less people are exposed to it in the same way, and also I don't know, because honestly, like even if you really like Z, the end of regular Dragon Ball is fucking as good as is the best stuff. Like where we are at the end of Dragon Ball is like peak Dragon Ball Z stuff too. So
gotcha.
On par.
So is like overall is like this shit still going? Like is it an actively like running?
Yes.
Like the manga and everything as well, or are they just doing?
Not the manga. So the manga ended. Like the Z manga came to an end in. Well, you'll have to give me a bit. In 95. So the manga ends in 95. They adapt that whole story in the anime. Then, so Toriyama's basically done making Dragon Ball manga, pretty much. There's like an exception, but he's done. Then the Toei makes like a sequel series that's anime only. That's Dragon Ball GT, which I personally find unwatchable. And found unwatchable at the time because it started coming out like after they had aired all of Z and regular Dragon Ball on TV. They started airing GT, I think, with a hilarious rap opening.
Right.
Step into the Grand Tour. No, like on par with the One Piece rap kind of thing. And it's I hate it. It also like just like the action is bad. Like the animation quality, they didn't spend the time or money to make it look good. And the characters are annoying. Like there's lots of story problems. I don't like it. So then that ends, and then there's basically nothing until again. Let me find out dates.
I'm seeing Kai is 2009 and then 2014.
Yeah, so Kai happens, but Kai is just like keeping Dragon Ball in the cultural, like they're new kids growing up with Dragon Ball Z or whatever, right? Like, here we go. Okay, so GT. When does GT end? So GT runs from 96 to 97. It's only 2 years. And then like Kai doesn't start till 2009.
Yeah.
So there's like nothing from then for that period, but that's like the period where that stuff's still coming over to the US. But in Japan there's nothing new. And then basically once Kai ends, the big thing is they got Toriyama. First, Toriyama wrote a manga, Space Patrolman Jocko, which is kind of a comedy manga, but like takes place in the Dragon Ball universe.
Okay.
And loosely eventually ties in. And then they hire Toriyama, like writes the Battle of Gods movie, which is like new Dragon Ball, like continuing it. It technically takes place before the last part of Z, because there's like an epilogue in Z that takes place when everyone's older.
Okay.
And Super and GT takes place after that epilogue, but Super takes place before that epilogue. But the way Super gets started is they make the Battle of Gods movie, then they make a Resurrection F movie, and then the Super anime starts, and the anime starts by turning each of those movies into like 26 episodes of TV. And that doesn't really work out for them. Like watch those movies, do not watch those episodes of TV.
Yeah.
But after they get past the story in the movies, then Super continues and is better. And there's a lot of good stuff. Although actually also like the first 2 episodes of Super, which are original material, not in the like that takes to episode 3 till they get to the Battle of Gods movie, is fucking great. It's like Goku being a farmer. It's like the first episode.
Hell yeah.
Like I'm all about it. There's like slice of life stuff at very beginning before they go to the plot of that movie. And then Super runs. And then they made the Super Broly movie takes place after Super. But then there's the Super manga, which is like Toriyama basically gives notes for the anime and the manga, but then someone I forget the name of the person who does the Dragon Ball Super manga, but it's basically a different guy. But now the Super manga has done more story past the end of the show. That's not adapted into any animated stuff. But there's like manga material for continuing story that's still going currently. Like it finished its first major arc and it's into its second. And that comes out like every 2 weeks. So like it's like bingeable, but if you're reading it as it's coming out, it's kind of insufferable just because of pacing stuff.
Yeah.
Like imagine you were watching an episode of this like every 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
And like it would like you'd be stuck on one fight for a longer time or whatever. So that's like I've watched all this stuff. I haven't read the super manga stuff because I've been waiting for it to complete its first arc, and I just haven't gotten around to it since that happened.
Gotcha.
And there's a new movie coming out that's also written by Akira Toriyama. That's a whole different story than what the super manga's doing. Like in the super manga, like they finish the plot of the super anime, and then there's like a page that shows like, and here's where the Super Broly movie happened, and then it moves on to different stuff. So I kind of think that's what's going to happen with whatever this next movie is, which is Dragon Ball Super Hero.
Okay.
And also like this new movie is like a weird. They've like changed to like a weird CG animation thing that I'm not sure looks great, but I'll have to see it in motion. Whereas the last movie, Dragon Ball Super Broly, looked really good. Like it was an incredible piece of animation, really. And all the movies there are like a ton of movies pre Battle of Gods, but those are all non-canon stuff. They like take place at points in the show, but cannot fit in the chronology generally. Just because, and they're like always like kind of a similar setup, and the villains are all like, let's rip off this show villain, but make a new character.
Yeah.
And then Goku murders them at the end. Yay!
Yay, we did it.
And there are some of those that are pretty good, and some of those are terrible. And I think there are also like 3 regular Dragon Ball. Well, there are 3 regular Dragon Ball movies that are like they're kind of just taking like literally the plot of the show, including like shot for shot parts, and just trying to turn it into a movie and like changing stuff. Mm-hmm. And then there's a newer one that's like retelling the start of Dragon Ball, but just with like more recent animation stuff that I kind of like a lot. But it's just, and the music's not as good.
Yeah.
But it is a good piece of animation. You might watch that. I might have you watch that at some point, but it's not like it's like literally just the plot of the show, but kind of not. Like heavily edited.
Okay.
Like it's mostly the plot of this next set of episodes we're gonna do.
Yeah, but it seems like, I mean...
And then there's Super Dragon Ball Heroes,
yeah,
which is a promotional anime.
Yeah.
So up in the right-hand corner, it always has to say promotional anime, because this exists only to sell trading cards. And it's the story that goes on in their trading card game. And those episodes are, like, really short. But it's like the animation team that was working on Super is basically making that now. And it's all like just here's this character with these incredible like high powers or whatever just to sell because we need more card characters for our trading card game. And that has incredible power creep or whatever.
Man.
And that there's some kind of entertainment I get out of that, but it's not like good.
Yeah.
It's not really a story. But you want to see alternate universe versions of characters. Zeno characters from the Zeno timeline.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
It's just the name they put in front of their fake timeline they made up for that game. Stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll get to actual time travel in Z in the show too, but you know.
Wow. Spoilers. I didn't know there was time travel.
It happens.
I'll be real, I didn't even know there was like a monkey tail. I'm being real.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Goku does not have a monkey tail in Z.
Yeah, like that's, you know.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But he's got a monkey tail now.
Yeah, I did. I feel like it was like the whatever game that I played. Like maybe he had a tail. I'm still like,
Yeah, it's the Dragon Ball game I'm thinking of, he has the tail. But
I did a quick peek, and based on all of these, I mean, I don't think it was Dragon Ball GT transformation, but I suppose I should check. Maybe it was this. It was either GT transformation or Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure.
Advanced Adventure is the one I think it is. But it could have been something else, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I didn't play it, so I don't have no context.
Oh well. Yeah, dude has a tail.
Yeah, Goku has a tail.
They
cut it off and then it grows back.
I was foolish enough to think it would stay off, actually. Because I'm thinking to myself, he doesn't have a tail, as far as I know. Like, going forward, I don't recall him having a tail. And he has a tail now, and then it gets cut off. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like, this was just a thing that happened, I guess. And then he's fighting, and suddenly, like, poof. Tail. I'm like, all right, we back.
Gotta use it as a helicopter for that one part.
I mean, you gotta.
I don't think he literally ever does that again, although he does do it in a lot of the video games.
That makes sense.
Because in those games, like, all the Z characters can just fly. So if you put Kid Goku in it, he needs to fly.
I
really thought
he was just gonna mimic what Roshi did with the Kamehameha wave.
Well, he said he could
himself back.
Yeah.
He needed.
It was funnier if he used his tail as a helicopter.
He needed to get his tail back specifically to like moon the audience.
True.
Gotta drop your pants in front of that crowd. Mm-hmm. That was also a little bit gross. Because specifically because those three women are like blushing and whatever. I'm like, he's like fucking a baby.
He's 12.
He's tiny. What the fuck is wrong with this show?
Yep. I don't know, dude. I don't have answers for you.
Yeah. But other than that, great shit. The start of the tournament was also real good. Where, well, I want to back up even further first.
Sure.
Goku and Krillin taking off their turtle shells and being like, "Holy shit, I feel so light." They jump like super high. They're like running around and stuff. That's great. And then in that similar vein, like, I guess it was Goku's first fight in the tournament, like the first elimination stuff where he like taps the dude in the back of the leg and the guy goes flying out of the ring. That was great.
Yeah. He like taps him with one finger, the guy like just falls over.
Yeah. And everybody's like, did he just trip? He must have tripped.
That kid must have gotten lucky.
Yeah.
And then Goku's like, the Krillin, I don't think we should use our full strength. And then Krillin's bullies show up, and Goku's like, nah, use your full strength. It's fine.
Yeah, that was great. Oh my god. But
Krillin
Goku
punches that dude out of the wall.
Yeah. But Goku, you said we shouldn't use our full strength. Nah, this seems like the time. That was cathartic, though. That was great.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Is there something I'm missing, by the way? Speaking of Krillin's bully bros or whatever, is there a reason why Giron's just drinking milk? Is that like a different beverage in the Japanese version, or is dude just drinking milk? And that's the.
I think I forgot to check that.
Thing they picked on. Because
I
don't know what else
I remember
it would be.
checking about launch. I checked launch when she gets that orange juice, and that is what she got. She got orange juice.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it's just milk.
Or it could be. Yeah, I just don't think it like usually like it would be like sake, but like pouring sake into a glass like that seems fucking wild. So I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let me see if I can find the. Oh, that
milk.
That part probably. Yeah. I was gonna check the manga, but I don't think that rain interruption doesn't even fucking happen in the manga. That's all anime stuff anyway. So anime only.
Yeah. I mean,
The wild thing. So the thing I'll also say is this set of episodes adapts like a lot the manga like much more quickly than the anime does going forward. I'd say, like in terms of ratio of manga chapter pages to anime.
Oh, okay.
I think they slow down.
I mean, that's a little sad, but also kind of understandable.
I think I haven't done the math, but because like this, we did like 28 episodes, but we're like whatever, like 3/10 of the way through the Dragon Ball part of the manga.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a quick rate.
Yeah. And next we have the Red Ribbon Saga, which is what next time we do one of these episodes will be the end of. We're also gonna.
Yeah, actually,
I'm including so technically on the Wikipedia page that lists Dragon Ball episodes, it's the Red Ribbon Saga, the General Blue Saga, the Commander Red Saga, and the Fortune Teller Baba and Training on the Road sagas. Or I guess just the Fortune Teller Baba part is where I would want to stop.
Man, this is going to be annoying. So, there's not even a coherence between what the wiki says and how my shit is divided.
Oh, great.
I think. Let me see if this has. Why does this only have 6 seasons? I don't like that. Maybe this doesn't line up. Because, okay, season 2, like 28 episodes. And season 3, how many do I got in here? Okay, so mine is divided up differently. That's weird.
Weird.
Because my season...
I don't know how yours would be divided up then.
I bet I know. I know. I got it.
Is it the DVDs releases?
I have no fucking clue, dude. I just click buttons until I get what I need. I think it just has Red Ribbon, General Blue, and Commander Red all in one folder.
Okay.
Because 17, 12, 11, so that's 40. Yeah, okay. And there's 40 episodes in here. And then what's season 4? Season 4 is 33 episodes, which would be Fortune Teller
and Tien Shinhan. Or which is the...
Yeah, and then...
Which I wouldn't combine. I would split those up.
And then 5 is 31. So it's taking like King Piccolo and part of Heavenly Training or whatever. And then season 6 has 21. So yeah, it's like taking the first 10 episodes of Heavenly Training and then the back 10 it's putting in season 6. That's weird. I have no idea
okay.
how this is divided, but
Uh
at least it's like easy enough to suss out.
Yeah, I don't love the way the Wikipedia article divides them either, but syllabi.
Yeah. So
I
what
give
am
you
I?
episode. Oh yeah, but your shit doesn't even line up with just episode.
Yeah, because it
numbers,
does.
I
It all
guess.
just says season 3, episode 40. So that's where I was like, ugh.
Yeah, where like I was just thinking about my shit just has all 150
Yeah, as it
episodes in one
should.
folder. 53.
I guess it does have. It does have like the episode titles. So like, assuming those are correct, like you could say, oh, watch until the end of whatever. The roaming lake is like our next episode.
Yeah.
Or my next episode. So that works as well. Easy to track. I feel like I'm always pulling the uploads that have like janky organization.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
I think 78. The Eternal Dragon Rises in the Fortune Teller Baba arc. I think that's where I'd want to stop.
Okay. Oh, you mean season 4, episode 10? All right.
Yeah. I think
This is
apparently that's basic because that's like the end of the next Searching for the Dragon Balls arc.
Yeah. This is apparently the DVD release, by the way.
Okay. I know I was looking at the DVD. No, the DVD releases are really stupid. They like interrupt, they cut off in like the middle of a tournament. Near the end, I think. Or like at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'll also say one of the reasons I never watched this show subtitled is because the Japanese audio on the official DVD releases is fucking garbage.
Well, that's why I think
like,
it is the DVD. Like
bad.
the quality on mine is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to find the files with broadcast audio for the original Japanese. Then it's good. Instead of that just scratchy mono. It's so scratchy.
See, like I can't. Yeah. Yeah. I was just looking if there's any like other good releases, but let's talk about it later.
Yeah,
it's a whole big thing.
So
but yeah,
episode 78 is theoretically where we're watching to next time we chat.
Right.
Like
Season 4, episode 10.
You could stop at any one of the end of the general sagas if you want to, but you said you wanted to just watch through, so I think we'll just do that.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see, or like if we want to do like a little half or something. I don't know, but yeah, because I want to talk about it, but also maybe a lot of the talking about it will be just me losing my mind again. It's so good. Holy fuck.
It's true. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
This next set of episodes I really like, and it's kind of not like anything that the show's going to be like going forward either. Like, it's kind of a unique set of episodes.
Hell yeah.
Because it's Goku against like normal, quote unquote normal dudes. Just like he's like fighting literally an army. The Red Ribbon Army.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And like this was definitely a part where like when I was watching Dragon Ball for the first time, I was like, this is amazing. I was like blown away that how different this is. Because like when you get to a martial arts tournament, that's not that different from what Dragon Ball Z turns into. If like it's about fights.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's what I knew it as. So
yeah. And there's definitely that structure within this, but there's other stuff. Whatever. I'll stop talking around shit. saltcirclepodcast@gmail.com, saltcirclepod on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at conkpanels, anchor.fm/saltcircle. It is what it is. All that stuff. Whatever.
yeah. Dragon Ball.
Ben, who's your favorite Dragon Ball character?
It's fucking Goku.
Goku's pretty good. Goku's a good answer. Goku, from these episodes, Goku's definitely mine.
I mean, yeah, like there's, based on these first. I mean, Krillin is real good too, though.
Yeah.
Him just being.
He's not Goku, but
he's not good. Goku, but yeah, I love them both.